I will go to back. Okay. For those who joined late, for them also, I will repeat it one times again. Today's topic will be Duhem-Margulies equation. Okay. Duhem-Margulies equation. It is basically a relationship between partial pressures and mole fractions of two components of a liquid mixture, where the vapor mixture is regarded as an ideal gas. So its mathematical form is simply given by this relation. d ln of Pa upon d ln of Ka. Pa is partial pressure of A, Ka is mole fraction of A. This will be at constant temperature and pressure. This will be equal to d ln of Pb, partial pressure of B, d ln of Kb, mole fraction of B component, and this will be at constant temperature and pressure again. So Pa and Pb are simply now partial vapor pressures, which I have already discussed. That means P and B will be the partial pressures and Chi A and Chi B be the mole fractions of two constituents. Suppose we are considering here two component system containing component A and component B. So what is this Duhem-Margulies equation, or this is sometimes also called as Gibbs-Duhem-Margulies equation? It gives a simply relationship between change of mole fraction with partial pressure of a component in liquid mixture. So we will next move to its derivation. Its derivation is very simple. Suppose now we are considering a binary liquid mixture of two components. Suppose component A and component B in equilibrium with their vapor pressures at constant temperature and pressure. Suppose you have a system like this. It contains component A, suppose component A and component B. So suppose these are in liquid form, and obviously there will be vapors also. Suppose this is vapor of A, vapor of, suppose this is vapor of B. We are considering a situation where these partial pressures, yeah, are considering a component of two components in equilibrium with their partial or their vapors. That means they will be in equilibrium at constant temperature and pressure. Then we know Gibbs-Duhem equation. Don't confuse it with Gibbs-Duhem-Margulies equation. It is Gibbs-Duhem equation, which we have already done. That summation Ni d mu y is equal to 0. For two component system, we can write that as Na, it will be the number of moles of A, d mu A, it will be the chemical potential of A, plus Nb, this relation I am talking about, plus Nb, number of moles of B, dB, chemical potential of B. This will be equal to 0. This will be our equation number first. Okay. So Na and Nb are simply number of moles of components A and B, and mu A and mu B are their chemical potentials. We know this Gibbs-Duhem equation. We have already derived this equation. So we will now next to move to the next section, that if we divide this equation, Gibbs-Duhem equation, for two component system by total number of moles. What is Na? We are considering a number of moles of A plus number of moles are two component systems. That means A and B. A plus B here. So obviously the total number of moles will be equal to Na number of moles of A plus Nb number of moles of B. To the above equation, if we divide this total number of moles, it will be Na, this equation, Na upon Na plus Nb, total number of moles, This is the change in chemical potential of A plus Nb divided by the total number of moles Na plus Nb du mu V is equal to 0. You know, when you take a number of moles of A component and divide it with the total number of moles, that becomes a mole fraction, chi A. What is now chi A? This can be simply written as mole fraction of A. That means Na upon Na plus Nb will be simply equal to chi A. Chi A is nothing but mole fraction of A. Okay. Similarly, you can replace this Nb upon Na plus Nb by chi B, mole fraction of component B. So this will be exactly equal to 0. Okay. So this will be our equation number third. But from the previous knowledge, we also know that this chemical potential is basically a function of mole fraction. Or if you don't remember, remember now that chemical potential is a function of mole fraction. That means this chemical potential basically depends upon the mole fraction. So if you want to find the change of chemical potential of two components A and B, this function of chi A can also be written as, this can be changed into d mu A. You will study these type of equations in mathematics and how to solve these. D mu A is equal to d mu A upon d chi A. Suppose we are taking this, that chemical potential is a function of mole fraction. For component A, we will form this equation as change in chemical potential of A will be equal to, write this again, change in chemical potential of A upon change in chemical potential of A, this mole fraction of A at constant temperature and pressure with respect to chi A. This will be our equation number 1 for component A. Similarly, we can build another equation for component B. That means d mu B, this one, d mu B will be equal to d mu B upon d mu A, d mu B upon d chi B at constant temperature and pressure with respect to d chi B. What is d chi B? It is mole fraction of component B. So suppose this equation and this equation, we will write it is number as equation number 4, and it is up to you, you can write their names as individually. So using these equations, equation 4 in equation 3, that means we will simply replace du mu A and du mu V in those equations with these terms. We will replace d mu A, d mu V in equation number 3. So our equation will turn out to be chi A d mu A upon chi A at constant temperature d chi A plus chi B d mu B chi B at constant temperature and pressure d chi B. So this will be our equation number 5. Also, you know, when you have two components, when you add the mole fractions of those components, that will be simply equal to 0. If you don't remember, just go through this uh, chapter of solutions. You will find these Rolle's law, these mole fractions, how much they are equal to. They will be simply equal to 1. That means if a system contains two components A and B, their mole fraction summation, that means chi A plus chi B will be simply equal to 1. You know this. Or if we take the change, this will be d chi A, this will be d chi B, and differential of constant will be 0. So it will form this equation. This is very simple equation, that how change in chi A, you have to remember this chi A plus chi B will be equal to 1, but change in chi A plus chi B will be equal to 0. This is very important. This is very simple from differentiation. Or you can take this d chi b to this side, and this will form simply this equation. It is plus, when you take it to the right hand side, it will be negative dx or d chi b. This is not x but chi. Okay, mole fraction. Okay, now if we know these terms, that means in place of d chi a or d chi b, we can take the values. One will be minus, one will be plus, other will be minus, because we will use this equation. D chi a is equal to minus d chi b. They will cancel out, and they will form, this equation will turn out to be chi a du mu a upon d chi a constant temperature and pressure minus chi b d mu b d chi b at constant and temperature and pressure will be equal to 0. So moving to the next part, or we can write it as this equation: chi a d mu a upon chi a at constant temperature and pressure will be equal to chi b d mu b d chi b constant temperature and pressure. This will be equation number 7. Moreover, we also know chemical potential of any constituent. Suppose I, we are taking constituent I, is related to its partial pressure Pi, as we have already derived this equation also, that chemical potential of ith component is equal to the chemical potential in the pure state or standard state plus RT ln of Pi. Pi is nothing but partial pressure of that component. So using this equation, we can write chemical potentials of these two components as, that means we will use this equation and write chemical potential of first mu A, that will be equal to mu A standard plus RT ln of PA, that means partial pressure of A. Similarly, mu B will be equal to mu B naught plus RT ln of PB. Suppose this is equation number 9. We will use these equations. First, we can differentiate this equation and also this with respect to, suppose first we will take this equation and differentiate with respect to d chi a. It will be d, like this one, d mu a upon d chi a. This will be 0 plus rt d by d chi a ln of pa. Hope you are getting these things. Similarly, this equation can also be written in this form: d mu b upon d chi b will be equal to RT d upon d chi b ln of PB. Suppose these two equations, we number these as equation number 10. From these equations, what we get? We get a simple, very simple equation, that chi a d ln of PA upon d chi a, this equation will be equal to chi b d ln of pb upon d chi b. From mathematics, you know this chi a upon d chi a, that will turn out to be differential of ln chi a. We can write in place of these two terms this term d ln of chi a. If you don't know, go to back to the mathematics in use substitution, and you will find this type of relation, how it is transformed to differential and logarithm of something. Okay, so it is d ln of, this will remain as same, d ln of pa. This chi a upon d chi a will turn out to be d ln of chi a, and this also can also be written as d ln of chi b. So we have got the required equation, that is this equation. d ln of PA, partial pressure of A, mole fraction of A, partial pressure of B, mole fraction of B. So this is simply called as Gibbs-Duhem-Margulies equation, or sometimes only Duhem-Margulies equation. So this equation basically relates partial pressures and mole fractions and gives a relationship between the two. We have only taken two component system, so this will be our required equation. I hope you got this equation and try it once, and if you have any doubt please ask the questions now. जिसको समझ नहीं आ रहा वो क्वेश्चन पूछ सकता है. सुन रहे हो?
सर आप ही सेंड करेंगे ना हमें?
हाँ, आई विल सेंड यू. ये मैं सेंड भी करूंगा. मैं हाँ
सर जो आपने पिछली बार पढ़ाया था ना वो फिगेसिटी के बाद वो दूसरा आपने
ओके.
वो सेंड ही नहीं किया.
नो नो नो, मैंने वो पेस्ट किया है. आप लिंक यूट्यूब से वो निकाल सकते हो. वो मैंने ऑलरेडी यूट्यूब पे अपना वीडियो अपलोड किया था. अगर नहीं तो मैं दोबारा सेंड करता हूँ, कोई बात नहीं. कौन सा मुझे बताओ, कौन सा कुछ लास्ट पार्ट ऑफ फ्यूगेसिटी और सेकंड पार्ट ऑफ फ्यूगेसिटी, उसमें मैंने 3 पार्ट्स किए थे. सेकंड, ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम.
लास्ट वाला सर फिगेसिटी और एक्टिविटी हमने किया था उसके बाद सर जो आपने इस पर पढ़ाया था.
अच्छा अच्छा, नहीं, उसके बाद तो यही है ना डायरेक्ट. आफ्टर एक्टिविटी दिस इज द टॉपिक. अच्छा, किसी और को कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना है? एनीवन? ओके, आई थिंक आई विल सेट ऑफ हियर. ठीक है ना फर्स्ट. और मैं आपको थोड़ा सा असाइनमेंट देता हूं. अब इस चैप्टर में फेज डायग्राम्स रहती हैं. क्या रहती हैं एवरीवन? फेज डायग्राम्स. सो
जी सर.
आप इस फेज डायग्राम्स पे दो चार चार या तीन तीन चार चार पेजेस असाइनमेंट बनाइए. ठीक है? अगर किसी को समझ में फिर एक्सप्लेन भी करूंगा, बट आप घर पे थोड़ा ट्राई कीजिए. वो बहुत इजी है. सॉलिड फेज है, लिक्विड फेज है, वेपर है, कैसे वो कर्व एक पॉइंट पे मिलते हैं, इक्वेक्टिक पॉइंट कैसे बनता है. जैसे वाटर की एग्जांपल लेते हो आप, सिमिलरली यू कैन टेक अदर सिस्टम्स एज वेल. ठीक है? हाँ, फेज डायग्राम ऑफ, मैं बता रहा हूँ, टू कंपोनेंट सिस्टम. आई थिंक टू कंपोनेंट सिस्टम आपको करना है. वन कंपोनेंट
हमें दिखाना हमें.
आप लिखो ना फेज डायग्राम्स ऑफ, write this assignment. Phase diagrams of two component systems. Two component systems. पहले तो जनरल एग्जांपल लोगे, फिर लिखो कौन कौन सा करना है. लिखो लेड सिल्वर, बिस्मथ कैडमियम, पोटेशियम आयोडाइड वाटर.
So please repeat.
Lead silver, this will be one example. Another will be bismuth cadmium. Next will be potassium iodide water. नेक्स्ट विल बी एसीटोन ड्राई आइस. इनकी एक ही डायग्राम हो सकती है, वो आप कर लीजिएगा. ठीक है? तो ये आप बनाइए. और अगर फिर मैं वो एक्सप्लेन भी करूंगा, बट आप इसको घर पे ट्राई कीजिए. आपके पास बुक है, टेक्स्ट बुक? यू हैव एनी टेक्स्ट बुक?
जी सर.
कौन सी है?
सर वो पूरी शर्मा की.
ठीक है ठीक है, ये वहां से मिल जाएगा. और अगर जिनको नहीं मिलता है वो आपस में शेयर करेंगे और इस पे असाइनमेंट बनाएंगे. ठीक है?
जी सर.
और कब दोगे फिर ये असाइनमेंट? आफ्टर हाउ मेनी डेज? अगले नेक्स्ट वीक आप ये असाइनमेंट सबमिट कर दीजिएगा. ठीक है?
ओके सर.
ठीक है, ये आप देख लीजिए. और जो भी मैंने अभी तक पढ़ाया है ये आप सारा अब कॉपी में कंपाइल कीजिए. ठीक है ना, दीज इक्वेशंस. और जहां जहां आपको प्रॉब्लम होती है वो क्वेश्चंस मुझे आप वहां पे अंडरलाइन कीजिए कि सर यहाँ पे समझ नहीं आया, वो आप अंडरलाइन कीजिए, मैं फिर उस पे वी विल एक सेशन रखेंगे हम क्लियरिंग कंसेप्ट्स, ओके, या क्लियरिंग जो भी है
Sure.
इक्वेशंस डाउट्स जो भी है, उसमें हम 1 घंटा उसी पे देंगे। अगर जिसको कोई प्रॉब्लम है वो फिर वो क्वेश्चन पुट अप करेगा या अपलोड करेगा, इस पे मुझे सेंड करेगा, फिर हम उस पे देखेंगे कहाँ कहाँ पे आपको समझ। बट इस वीक आप ये सारा चैप्टर अच्छे से कंपाइल करोगे, ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
ओके, देन आई विल स्टॉप। ओके
जी सर।
ओके, ठीक है।